I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Roll call, good morning, everyone. First district, Dan Ham.
Here.
Second district, Alfredo Menchaca.
Here.
Third district, Charlie Brown.
Here.
Fourth district, Daniel Donnell.
Here.
Fifth district, Christine Sid. Sixth district, Ted Bilski.
Here.
Seventh district, Christian Church.
Present.
Let the record reflect one council member absent.
Thank you.
All right, we're here this morning to show our support by passing a resolution supporting the city of Hobart. Tom, did you want to?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, if I could, the city attorney from Hobart planned on being here today, but her indication to me from an email this morning was that they're waiting to hear from Barnes and Thornburg, who is representing them with regard to their assistance with the state legislature this morning. So she was waiting to talk to them and wasn't able to come over here. Basically, what this is about is they're asking the state legislature to amend this code section. When the code section was passed, which allows a taxing unit, when a taxpayer is requesting a refund, they can, if the refund is greater than a certain amount, and that amount varies based upon the relief you can seek, up to an amount where you could spread out that repayment over a 10-year period. The amount that the city of Hobart is going to owe as a result of, in the school city of Maryville, as school town of Maryville, as a result of the South Lake case number 1, they could, if the statute didn't say what it says about the date, they could spread it out over 10 years. However, the statute says the tax had to be incurred after December 31st of 2014. They would like to have the state amend that statute to say after December 31st of 2010. So that's the amendment. This resolution sets out those facts and then asks for our support that the legislature amend the statute consistent with those, with that change. She would have been here, but like I said, she got tied up with Barnes and Thornburg.
That was a great explanation. Thanks. Any from the council?
It only impacts Hobart?
It would impact the South Lake impacts Hobart, Maryville, Lake County, solid waste, Ross Township. So, but amending the statute would impact any taxpayer in the state.
And that's where it always gets kind of touchy, that others that don't want to do this are going to gang up and be in opposition to this. That's why if they look like they want to make it only for Hobart, then they won't get any major opposition for the others that may be contrary to this. Some strange attitudes down there. I know.
No. Could you tell us about that?
I really don't understand why is this a negative thing for the rest of the taxpayers to understand?
What do you
I
mean?
mean, for the legislators to oppose this, you know, we approved the systems, approved the budget, approved everything, approved the assessment. We move forward, they pass their budget, they do what they think is right, now they owe money back. And just like anyone else, why wouldn't they want to assist? I'm trying to see if they were not willing to amend this, as Charlie said, doesn't seem to be a willingness. What would be the main reasons, if you were to be devil's advocate, they would be opposed to it? Why?
I don't know. My understanding as well is that Representative Soliday and Slager are both behind this measure.
Yeah. That is what Heather reports, is that and they're speaking to Ed Charbonneau also about trying to get it taken care of. So anecdotally, I think some people were surprised that this date got put into the statute when it was passed.
Right.
Yeah. The question is, why would there need to be a date?
A sense.
I have a complete, and I think, first of all, we should make a motion to get, so we get more discussion. So
Is there anyone, we entertain a motion to approve the resolution?
Mr. President, I'd like to make that motion.
Second,
Motion's made, second on the question,
Yeah,
Councilman
Mr.
Doral.
President, and I know Councilman Jorgensen, Councilman Hammond, and myself both served on the civil, our civil town or civil city. This would be catastrophic. There's no way, I mean, I could see this really hurting each of the town or taxing entities. This, you know, we'll see what the state legislature does. But I'm also concerned about, you know, the well-being of the people in there, you know, police would be affected, fire would be affected, and any type of, you know, quality of life services would be affected. I'm speaking specifically just on Holbrook, because I know they're the lion's share of this, it seems like. So I'm in favor of it just because I know what would happen. And especially if, you know, if they have to take general obligation bonds, I don't know where they are on it, but I don't even know if they have that much in and being able to do
more
that.
than their levy.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
More than their
This is when you talk about,
There you go.
you know, and Charlie, I'm glad you're, because we had some, remember it was distressed government? And we went through that several years ago with the school city of Gary. And you were a legislator at the time. I mean, is this something that we're gonna end up with? And what's that, you know, this gotta have a negative effect on bonding. Is the state not aware that if they push Hobart into this situation,
There'll be others to follow.
you know? And to follow that distressed unit of government, that doesn't look good on the state or the community to fall on that.
You can't have default on everything, you know, I mean, it's,
I mean, this is what we're doing and the resolution of saying what this is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is.
I agree.
So
Well,
we'll see what this, in their infinite wisdom, we'll see what the state legislature says.
I appreciate it. I would take some questions. Commissioner Repay, did you have anything to add or?
No, thanks for letting me. You know, collection of taxes, which is ultimately that's what this is, and it was a dispute or whatever, is county's function, our function. We're trying to do the best we can, and really, you know, the city and all the other municipalities are adversely affected by it. I mean, to your point about your local government experience and Councilman Jorgensen's local government experience, like, if those legislators, whether they're in Lake County or Blackford County, would just think about the cities and towns that they live in and the adverse impact, this would be should be a no-brainer. It really should be. And I think I was, I don't want to say I was a little nervous when I saw that you guys were having a special session. Then I saw the topic. I'm like, oh, I got to go over there and speak on positively towards it. So I'm glad. And I happened to have a conversation with with the mayor, which I haven't talked to him in a while either about a different topic. But it's going to be very, very detrimental for no
Catastrophic, actually.
catastrophic. Yeah, catastrophic. Horrible. So thankful for you all to do this, and hopefully it makes a difference. I mean,
What impact does it have moving forward if we haven't, this only covers up to 2,000? What period of time are these additional revenue needed for Hobart and Maryville to survive?
well, these are going to be. I'm sorry, I'm still. These are going to be look backs. So we're only going to look back. They're not going to have to look back any further than this, or they won't have the opportunity. If I'm saying it the right way.
The reason for the change in the law is because, or they ask for the change in the law is because, but for that sunset provision in the current statute, they've got to pay a lump sum by December. If they change the statute, they'll be able to spread out all of the years of exposure over the next 10 years. And 10 years, and I would think it would be a rotating 10 years. In other words, a rolling 10 years forward, because some are due now. You could have the 10 years to do those. And then, excuse me, there's others that will come due and the taxpayer can request those refunds and you could spread those out over the next 10 years.
It's with interest though, correct?
There is, yes, you have to pay interest on it.
Yeah, I mean, but,
It is what it is, you know.
well, yeah, and I mean, you can't, I mean, those who are due the money back, you know.
Maybe out of the $5 billion the state has, they can just pay the bill for Hobart and then let them pay a small payment monthly back to, or yearly back to them. It's another resolution.
Well, because this only covers the first suit, right?
Right.
This is just for the first, this is South Lake 1.
Right, so this is gonna be back before us anyway for two.
No, because this covers the years up to 2014.
Oh, it
After-
does?
After
Oh,
2014,
okay.
they can take advantage of the statute as it's currently listed.
Where do they get the money, does the money get paid back to? That's another question too, because the mall's changed hands, Mike, for how many times? So they say Jacobs, Wisconsin, Jacobs was the original owner. Since then to where we are today, there's been multiple owners, multiple bankruptcies, and who actually at the end of the day gets the final paycheck? Because the people that paid the rent adjusted accordingly.
You got a big
It's
smirk.
side there, but go ahead.
I'm trying not to disparage the two attorneys that are here, but I think the attorneys probably make the best deal out of it. I mean, like at the end of the day, the attorneys are gonna get their 1/3 or whatever it is, and boom. And then, yes, it's gonna get distributed because ownership based on the years that were there and there was
Multiple
bankruptcy.
owners, and then I don't know if they're forced by the courts to reimburse, because they were actually paid by the tenants based on sales per square foot and property taxes.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot that's one of your old hats that you wore.
Yeah, and so are they gonna reimburse Hot Sam's pretzels because, he pays?
Auntie Anne's.
I got a funny feeling the little guys are gonna see a dime of it.
Yeah.
Now, the attorneys could just not accept all of their fees and rates.
Hey,
Yeah.
let's
Brian,
be careful there.
All right,
Everybody's got their job to do.
well, I appreciate everybody taking the time. Councilman Ham, I know you're on, by WebEx. Is there anything you'd like to add?
No, nothing. I understand and I'm prepared. I'm in favor.
All right, fair enough. Motion's been made, seconded. If there's no further questions, comments, Scott? Larry? No. Roll call, please.
Ham,
Yes.
Chaka,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Darnell.
Yes.
Jorgensen.
Yes.
Bildg.
Yes, motion carries 6 yes, 1 absent. Is there a motion to adjourn?
But before I do, all of us received this from Tradewinds. I'm just gonna bring it up. I showed Commissioner Repay and he was happy enough to send this to us, so I appreciate that. Look, I don't know if there's anything we can do about this as it relates to the ARPA money. And, look at it when you have an opportunity and go from there.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion's made,
Second.
seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Adjourned.